Hello, welcome back to Gurukul Management Prep, your favorite channel for all things related to MBA. Pat yourself on the back because you're on the right track. I'm Pradi, and today we're going to be talking about everything related to the verbal ability section of CAT. The first thing that you should be knowing about the VARC section is that it's going to be the first section of your CAT exam. That means the first 40 minutes that you'd be spending in your CAT exam would be on the VARC section. So there'll be 24 questions, and just like the other sections of CAT exam, you would have both theta and MCQ type questions. Theta being type in the answer, which is just a fill in the blank type of question, and MCQ being multiple choice questions. Now, one thing that we should be understanding about the CAT exam is that the type in the answer questions do not have negative markings even if you go wrong in those questions. Whereas the multiple choice questions will definitely give you a -1 if you go wrong in them. Let's first try to understand the syllabus of CAT VARC section. Obviously, we'll be talking about only the CAT exam in this video and the CAT VARC syllabus. The other syllabi of VARC for SNAP, ZAT, NMAT and the other exams we'll be covering in a separate video. For CAT, first thing is reading comprehension, which has 16 questions out of the 24 questions in our paper. Usually, you get 4 passages with 4 questions each, which makes it up to the 16 questions. All of the reading comprehension questions are multiple choice questions or MCQ questions, meaning you get a +3 if you are going to get the answer correct, 0 if you leave it unattempted, and a -1 if you are going to mark the answer wrong. In the VA section, you have 4 different topics that can be tested: the para jumbles, para summaries, odd man out, and para completions. Each of these are only going to be about verbal ability, and hence there's not much that you have to read about them. It's just a strategy that you should be knowing as to how to apply for each of these different categories and how can you get the correct answer. When we're talking about the para jumbles and odd man out of VA section, these two are theta type questions or the fill in the blanks questions, which means that your marking scheme would be +3 if you get it correct, 0 if you get it wrong, and 0 if you leave it unattempted as well. Whereas para completions and para summaries are going to be MCQ type questions, which means your marking scheme again would be +3 if you get it correct, 0 if you leave it, and -1 if you attempt it wrong. Para jumbles are one of the most tested VA topics in CAT. Basically, you'd be given 4 sentences which are from a particular coherent paragraph, but they've been broken and jumbled across. Your task would be to put them back in the correct order. The second favorite type of question in verbal ability is odd man out. In odd man out, just like in para jumbles, you'd have one paragraph which is split into 4 sentences, and a related but not exactly coherent 5th sentence would be given to you along with these 4 sentences. Your job would be to identify the 5th sentence. If you will, think of this as playing Among Us or who's the imposter in the verbal ability section. The third type of questions in the verbal ability section are para summaries. This is something that all of us know as summarizing a paragraph. Now, a paragraph would be given to you along with 4 alternative summaries. You would have to choose the best possible summary for that paragraph and mark that as your answer. Now, the last and newly introduced verbal ability question is para completions. Para completions used to appear in CAT long time ago, with the first line or the last line of a paragraph being omitted, and we as students needed to fill those parts. However, the newer format of para completion questions that CAT is asking nowadays involves a paragraph with 4 blanks at 4 distinct places and 1 sentence that would be given to you. You would have to assess which blank can you put that sentence in. Now, finding out this is a tricky job, but with the right strategy, you could definitely understand how to do it very easily. Although there are 24 questions in the CAT VARC section, a student is never expected that he would mark all the 24 questions. In fact, it's very rare that someone has marked all the 24 questions in the CAT VRC section. So, how many questions should we ideally mark to get 85, 90, and 95 percentiles? Let's look at it with a table. Now that we've reached the end of this video, there are three things that I want you to remember. First, please develop a reading habit. Try reading at least 5 pages of a book, any novel that you like, or maybe at least one article per day. Second thing, make sure that you have a separate notebook for vocabulary. In the starting days of your preparation, hardly you would be encountering 4 or 5 words that you do not know. You'll think that you'd note it down on your phone or maybe text your friend or write it down on a piece of paper, but that piece of paper will get lost. You will not remember which friend you texted, and you will never be able to find that piece of note in your bag. So, make sure that you have a separate vocabulary book. And if you think you're not very disciplined to maintain a separate vocabulary notebook, then the best alternative is for you to purchase flashcards. Vocabulary flashcards are available, and you can always make sure that you're reading 10 to 15 new words if you have the flashcards at your hand. Third thing, and the most important thing, eclectic reading is very important. So, if you want my favorite reading list for CAT, all you need to do is comment down reading list, and I'll send you a PDF with the books, the articles that you should be reading. This is your favorite vocab Guruji, Brady, signing off. Subscribe to this channel so that you can get more updates about MBA colleges, their cutoffs, weightages, percentiles, and everything at one place. See you again in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.